There it is. And I've already disliked the stream.
Mm-hmm.
I just got a feeling.
Yeah.
Oopsies. Great.
Bravo 64. Hi, Kelzarok. Hi, everybody. Daz. Hey.
What a nice way to greet everybody.
Mm-hmm. Aww. Just knocked something on the floor.
Mm.
Captain Blue, hi. Honey Buns, hello, peoples. Ian Salish, yes, Malifaux. Good old Malifaux. I'm gonna go get a paper towel to clean that up.
Ooh. Yes, Sean paid a little bit on the floor. What happens? Nicaries, focus is weird. You're weird. It is weird though. It's really messed up. George Gajardo, what's up, you glorious nerds? You're a nerd. I'm not a nerd. Why did you pee on the floor?
Uh-huh. Matthew Cheeseman, need more contrast blues. I already own them all. I own none. Knickers finally is able to give my Indominus Necrons to a friend with some starter tools and supplies. His initiation has begun. Gears got my AOD box today, and I'm drowning in plastic, going to paint them in midnight clad. AOD.
Age of Darkness.
Age of Darkness. Not to be confused with Age of Sigmar.
AOS.
Captain Blue played 2.5 games of Warhammer today. Damn, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Damn, did you start at sunrise?
Up before the roosters.
Yeah. I feel like that's the only way to get that many games in. And I love how it's 2.5. It's always a half.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you always do half or 1.5 or I guess 2.5.
St. Anger, how often do you get to play Malifaux? Never!
Mm-hmm. We've played it once.
Mm-hmm. It's very fun, though.
It was very fun.
Good game.
Is, will EOB start dual streaming with both Nick and Jay painting their Horus Heresy boxes to celebrate the new release?
Of course.
Damn, how'd you know? How did you know that we were going to do that?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a little tricky. I mean, I'm only doing Sons of Horus, but Nick, he's doing Salamanders, Iron Hands.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got most of them, right? Like all 18 legions, basically?
Yeah, exactly. I bought 9 boxes. It's a small price to pay for a lot of fun, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth it, guys.
Honeybuns asks, Nick, how are the Beach Boys coming along?
Hey, let's not talk out loud. I do have to. I was working on my Slogoth. I was putting it together, and it's almost done. But I need to finish it. I need to finish it now. Today was a day full of learning, and Jay knows what that means, baby. What I was learning about, and holy shit, do I? Geez, a lot of learning.
University of Manitoba Debate Union. I do love those Neverborn figs. Malifaux is an almost perfect game. Man, how long are you allowed to make your name?
You can just get it as long as you ever want it to be.
Honeybuns, more plastic. Crack! Crack!
Crack!
Eccentric Line. Good evening, EOB and fellow fanatics. Cheers. I saw on Reddit today that somebody bought 3 of the boxes, both indexes, 2 tanks, 2 dreadnoughts, and an upgrade sprue. Completely insane. Damn. I remember when the Indominus box launched in early 2020, and I remember people were really upset because it sold out within like a few hours. And so somebody who must have owned a friendly local game store, they made themselves a throne out of the boxes. And people were like, how dare you, you filthy scalper. I hope you die. And he's like, guys, they're just pre-orders. I just made a funny picture.
Mm-hmm.
They're all owned. None of these are mine.
A likely story.
Mm-hmm. And Crimson, speaking of Plastic Crack, I'm working on the last of my Battletech minis. Also, hey, everyone. Does this model have demonic feet? I mean, it's got hooves.
It has Teutonic feet.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Blue, Nick just spending all of his money on Horus Heresy and saying it's a small price. It is a small price. You know, if you can't afford it, I get it. Maybe you just gotta hustle and grind a little bit more.
Yeah, just a little hustle, a little grind.
Yeah. And I get it. I get it. Some people can only afford 1 of the boxes, but I have 9, so...
Sternmerk, feels like a lot of people will buy Age of Darkness just to make it a 40k army. I mean, totally doable, because all of those things still exist in 40k. Some would argue that 40k and 30k aren't different enough.
Yep. It works.
I mean, some people argue that Age of Sigmar and 40k aren't different enough.
Hashtag Sigmarines.
Yeah! Journey to Valhalla. Is she the new Nikima? It is the new Nikima design. The old Nikima was very much like a pinup design. And there's a few different sculpts, like a few different variations of this design. This is the one I like. It's the one that just comes in the core set. There's another one where she's kind of running and swinging her sword. And I want to say there's a third one too.
George Gujardo, nah, I'll hustle or grind. Both at the same time is going to cost you double time.
Yeah. Golden time.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like you don't want to win. That's fine. I get it. Hey, the G's man. Jay, Nick shilled again.
I'll get more paper towel.
Hey, no telling on me.
Warsock. 30k doesn't have doesn't have green skins. Not interested. Yeah,
Literally.
no orcs. No.
I don't even know what. There's no orc, so I don't even understand what the game could be.
Yeah, there's no Xenos of any kind.
Yeah, it's
just,
literally boring.
Just humans. Humans versus
Yep.
humans. It's a civil war.
Wow. How
I guess
thrilling.
if you could consider that the demons are a different thing, like because they're not humans.
Yeah, you're gonna have to try a little harder than that to convince me.
Dream of Hell. Any chance they bring back Lilith? Isn't there a model named Lilith you can buy? I'm pretty sure there's a Lilith.
Exprex?
I probably was thinking Malifaux.
Oh. I was thinking 40k. There are fan-made rules for all the Xenos races except Tau because they were dummies back then.
Yeah, they didn't exist. They were probably crawling out of the ocean.
Which is some pretty quick evolution.
Yeah, really fast.
Pretty insane.
I mean, in theory, their planet was stuck in a warp rift, so it could have been that millions of years went by on the Tau planet, but to the rest of the galaxy, it only seemed like a couple of thousand.
Yeah. Interesting.
Gears, the Age of Darkness box set gets you a 2,000 point Space Marines army and 40k. Granted, it is a bad list with 40 Tactical Marines and a Relic Terminator, but a cheap option nonetheless. Steve, I'm trying to see how much media I can consume at the same time. Watching you guys, also watching the AVS Thrash the Lightning. Might see if I can also get something else going. CJW Productions, I imagine the Tau went from literal fish to freaky fish guys in about 45 minutes.
You know what? I'm gonna say it. I don't even think the tower real. In general.
Joliver, fun fact, my 4th game of 40k today now. Ooh. Well, if you win, you'll have to let us know.
You will.
The oil, for some reason, the oil, so there was one little speck on her face that must have gotten trapped in the oil paint. So I tried to scrape it off, and then the oil paint started to come off in like sheets.
Oh,
so
weird.
I did my best to scrape it off. But yeah, interesting.
So it was trapped on plastic?
Yeah, it was trapped on plastic. That's of course Squidmar's show.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Centric Line. Jay, with your fascination of the spaceships, did you ever try Battlefleet Gothic?
No, it was before my time. You can still buy a couple Battlefield Gothic models in like 2014. But no, never played it.
We do have Aeronautica.
We do?
Which I know is not the same, but it's close enough. And maybe one day we'll play that game too.
Damn, Bear, making my own texture paint from wall filler, brown and black paint, and sand and PVA glue, so cheap for so much. Yeah! Yeah, it's not that hard to make texture paste. Sometimes with wall spackle, though, you gotta be careful to not go super, super thick, because I've definitely laid it on crazy, like a 1/4 inch, and then had it crack as it dries. Gotta get the skin just right. And everything else just right. Went to Sam's Club today, and tragedy struck.
No free samples?
No, the hot food was closed.
Why?
I was gonna get a couple of hot dogs.
Why was it closed?
Because they hate me.
Is that what they said?
I guess they just close sometimes.
What time did you go?
Probably 6.
Oh. Seems interesting. Because I was gonna say, you know, if you get there at like 7, like maybe you're a little late. 6, I feel like it should still be open.
Mortis Angelica, I tried the Halo Starship game and it was good. The Halo Starship game. Huh, I know there's like a Halo Ground Battles game. I didn't know there was a Starship game. Where's that? On your initial oil painting, do you water down the paints with spirits or use them from the tube? Want to try some for my Nightmare crew. Oh yeah, I watered it down with odorless mineral spirits.
Exactly.
CJW Productions, is your stream setup compatible with your video production setup? Like, can you get usable YouTube footage while streaming? No.
No. We could, if everything was different.
Yeah.
So, exactly. We got all the stuff planned. Things were going to happen earlier, but now they're going to be happening later.
Mm-hmm. Gears, that's why you go to Costco, Jay. Well, the Costco isn't as close as the Sam's Club.
That might be a dirty lie. I think it's almost the same distance away. If not, maybe a little bit closer.
Well, I have a Sam's Club membership, not a Costco membership.
There you go.
Quinoa Quinones. Jay, the new Contemptor has a head that is split straight down the middle. Thoughts? I'm fine with that as long as it looks good.
Does it look good?
I didn't notice anything weird about the head. But do that, idiot. Costco will never do that. Ethan Miller, what is the story of how you got into Malifaux?
I literally have no idea.
I have no idea. Oh, you know what? I bought of the Malifaux core box for myself. No, I bought the mannequins. And they're on the channel. There's a video on the channel where I try out magnifying glasses and I'm painting the Malifaux mannequin models.
Yeah, but why did you buy them?
I think I just liked them.
Yeah, but how did you hear about them? I guess people have mentioned the game. People have said things.
I'd heard of Malifaux. Knew there was some weirdos with a company called Weird down in Georgia. And I'm like, well, why don't I just buy everything else? And then I bought everything else.
And we played one game that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I like the cards.
Ah, the cards are so much fun.
Although I lost our game of Malifaux, so I don't know if I like it that much. But I love Dead Zone. That's a little treat for a little behind the scenes treat for everybody.
Yeah, there's a little game out there called Dead Zone. Pretty good game. Pretty good game.
Good game. Mm-hmm.
Matt F. Hey Jay, is it worth getting an airbrush? I'm on the fence, but I'm worried about the mess and maintenance. I mean, the maintenance is just cleaning it, like, running it under the sink and giving it a scrub with the little scrubby tool. It can be a little messy. I don't know if I would spray black primer near white walls.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, have a dedicated area.
Yeah.
And, not your room.
Yeah, no.
A lot of people do that, and maybe no. Probably not. Unless you want to wear a respirator, while you're sleeping or something.
Jennifer Perryman, Jay, which kill team are you taking from Kill Team Marak? I'm taking the Blooded, the Traitor Guardsman.
And I am taking the ever so original Space Marines. I'm gonna paint them orange. Gotta say that every time. I'm gonna paint them orange. That is my goal. They're gonna be the orangest Marines on this side of the Mississippi. And I don't even give a shit about the other side.
Patrick Solomon, so happy to be here at the end of a week with you guys. Just picking up my first Canoptek Doomstalker that I'm building up right now. Sweet! Oh, the Doomstalker. Not to be confused with the Doom Slayer, which is Doom Guy.
Or the stalker outside your house.
Mm-hmm.
Looking over the bushes. Any Crimson or the Stalker Battle Mech.
Or the Stalker pattern bolt gun that's used by the Death Watch.
JCW Productions. Which side of the Mississippi has the Orange Space Marines? News at 11. The east side.
Here comes the story of how I got into Malifaux, Eons of Battle.
Hell yeah. And if you want to get it into Malifaux, you should buy your stuff from Valhalla Hobbies.
Yeah.
By hobbies, I mean hobby. It's in Verona, Wisconsin, or you can get just order it online and mention us. Be like, hey, these guys said that I should buy it here. That'd be very nice.
Mm-hmm. Kino Quinones, there was a weird shell in chat named Aquino that liked the Whiskey Golem and wouldn't shut up about it. William Rambo, why isn't the Weird Games mascot called Weirdo? That would be a good name. I'm Elfo.
Ah, what a funny thing from a show that's not good. I love the show though; it's great, but I don't like it. I haven't seen the newest season that came out like 6 months ago.
I think. Wait, I didn't. Wait, I might have seen. I saw something.
You saw something?
I watched either season 2 or part 2 of season 1.
Recently?
Like last year.
Yeah, then you're behind.
Yeah.
Like we're both behind. A whole season.
I really want to watch it. Did anybody manage to score a McDonald's brekkie today? No.
Why didn't you? Didn't feel like you deserved it?
Yeah.
Too naughty for a brekkie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think I finished building this. The only problem with guys in a thing is you kind of have to paint the guys separately.
Yeah.
That's gonna suck. There's too many guys in the thing. So I have made 4 models out of 1 model.
Would you say that there are 5 guys?
Now there's 3.
Oh, so there's not enough guys to open a restaurant.
Nope. I guess you can count the Slogoth, so there's 4.
KSU Wildcat 07 driving nonstop from DC to KC. 612 miles to go, but glad you guys are here to keep me company. Damn, we're on a road trip.
I love it.
KSU Wildcat, did I miss you painting the B1s? I got you on stream. Well, everybody missed it because I actually didn't paint them on screen, but I'm gonna go get them because they're all painted up. Ooh. I painted them up and then I talked about it on Models and Memories Weekly. Yeah, some really fun models to put together. Some really fun models to paint.
B1s, more like P1s, am I right, guys?
Yeah. Oops. I think I made them a smidge dark, but I think they still look pretty good. Used a little bit of or a lot of Arm Painter speed paints, which is some darn good stuff.
Speed paint. Oh, a cute little Slogoth.
Gamma Field, I got to try out my new airbrush setup this weekend. Primer, go Bert. Yeah, I can't wait to get the droid box to get 4 more squads. Although I don't know if I want the AAT. It's a lovely model, but it's enormous. I'll have to math it out and see if it's still a good deal. Maybe I can sell it to Sean.
There you go. That's some crafty thinking right there.
Yeah. Here we go. Blue bases. I think they're going to be blue base rims. I think I'm going to paint the sand red. But yeah, on all of my Star Wars Legion armies, I've left the edges of the bases unpainted. And so my Rebels have red bases, my Battle Droids have blue bases, my Imperials have gray bases, and the clones have something.
Clone bases.
I don't have any clones, so I don't remember what color those guys come on.
Green?
I think it's like a maroon.
That's close. Gears. Jay, how could you be using Army Paint or Speed Paint? Don't you know they reactivate?
You know, I had heard rumors. And, you know, I've been using it for weeks, and it's been giving me great results. But I'll throw it all away now that I know.
Good.
Alex Novogel. Droids have been fighting in the sun for years. They got a slight tan. Exactly. Yeah, they're bronzed. But yeah, I can't wait to have like 100 battle droids.
Yeah.
For some reason I was looking at Mantic, Mantic's website. They're a company that makes miniatures and games like Dead Zone, and they have some really good zombies for cheap.
Very interesting.
$2 a zombie. But it's cheap for miniatures.
For miniatures.
I mean, what does Games Workshop's average? $18 a model?
Yeah. Yep. Which, again, that's also cheap. Wow. We're getting so many just rude messages. Unwanted spam.
Hey, Buns, Jay, will you ever paint Mortarion? Probably, because I do have a Death Guard army, and so probably Mortarion will be the grand finale of the Force. But damn, that's a chonkster of a model. I was talking with Nick, if we ever do it live on stream, we'll have to do it like the 5 parts of Exodia from Yu-Gi-Oh! We'll do the wings in January, and then we'll do the body in May.
Exactly.
Gregory Hall, what's the basing technique for the droids? It is, I put wood glue on them, and then I stuck down a couple of larger pebbles, and then finished it off with fine grain and medium grain sand. And then I'll eventually I'm gonna paint it. Right now it's just sand color.
And then you grossly burped.
And then I grossly burped.
Forgot about that very important step. It kind of makes the whole thing what it is, you know.
Evan Keller. I'm also playing droids in Star Wars Legion. They're the best. I love the battle droids so much. I want a lot of B1s, and I want a bunch of spider droids. Dwarf spider droids. If they made a Legion scale full-size spider droid, it would be massive. The famous homing spider droids. Field. The reactivating can be a little irritating. I tried to varnish after applying my speed paint, and it just reactivates, and everything got all muddy. Really? From a varnish? Was it a brush-on varnish? I could see that happening. I've never. I mean, when I get reactivation, what happens is just a little bit of the color underneath bleeds into the color you're applying. Like, it doesn't become wet paint again. Nutty Cheese Man, do you know Candy?
I get it. That all worked.
William Ramble watched Metals Memories yesterday, and Games Workshop has innovated on the paint pods in the past. They used to have screw-on tops instead of flip tops, so it's possible they could move to droppers. That's true. It's possible.
They're not going to.
No. Here's, damn, didn't know this stream was actually TF2. So many bots.
Yeah. It happens every once in a while where we just, you know, we get just pounded. Well, someone's getting pounded, and that's why we're getting a link.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting.
Guys, it might be finally time for you to publish some videos on how to base models.
Agreed. Not a lot out there.
Patrick Solomon, what is the best method for using inks as a replacement for washes? Should I use a glazed medium or just water is enough? Well, inks won't naturally just do what washes do. You'd have to add in some flow aid. Here, let me see. What's the stuff I use? I use Liquitex Flow Aid additive to make washes. So this kind of gives stuff that ability to flow into the recesses, and then you also have to add either a matte medium or an acrylic medium to give the mixture enough body to actually like stay in the recesses. Because like the paint will flow, but then when it dries, it all just kind of evaporates away. But with the magic mix, you get it'll keep the paint sticking into the areas where it flowed into. What inks do automatically is they just act as very, very saturated, transparent layers of paint, which is very nice. Jennifer Perryman, any tips on masking models? I plan on a thin red line for my Bad Batch themed Phobos strike team. I would think you'd want to freehand it as opposed to mask it and paint it, or mask it and airbrush it. So yeah, I would try to just paint that on. Yeah, and I'm late, but at least it's Saturday.
Agreed.
George Gajardo, do those chatbots end up increasing your engagement? I don't actually know how streaming is monetized. It's basically not.
Yep. It's basically not. But,
and that's why it's so important for everybody to be aware of the Eons of Battle Patreon. We got Miniature of the Month Club. We've got tons and tons of super cool terrain STLs that you can print out for your own war games. We have behind the scenes voting what models I paint live here on YouTube, like this Malifaux team that I've been working on forever. And we have
29
merch.
parts. Got merch. Oh yeah. A lot of people will be like, "Oh, I really like your guys' videos. I wish there was a way to tip." That's the way to do it. That's the way to tip. Just you know, all you got to do is just join, and maybe you could just cancel next month. Or you keep on keeping on. Either way.
Come up, I really wish that they would do a Naboo Battle Force so I could get some guns. Oh, I would go so hard on the guns. So hard. I'd get like $1,000 worth of models. And I'd have the grand army of the Gungas.
The Gungas. I would love to play the Gungas. Jennifer Perryman. Jay, any sneak peeks for this week's videos? You know, the best way to get sneak peeks is to join the Patreon. We also post the video schedule, every single week on Sunday. In fact, maybe I just scheduled that post to go live on Sunday. Isn't that crazy?
Zelkova Hackberry. Guns and Naboo fighters would be a cool addition. Yeah, Naboo was a really cool setting. I really like The Phantom Menace. It's my favorite prequel. It's still not good, but I really like it.
My favorite too.
You got the Naboo, you got the pod race, you got the Gungas. Gregory Hall. As an Empire player, I'm not thrilled in the set we got for the Battle Force. Yeah, especially if you already bought the starter set, you probably don't want more bikes. ATST's cool though. Jiggle tips, jiggle the tip jar, y'all.
Exactly. There's plenty of space in that tip jar. You know.
There's Drury, and he's suggesting on scratch building an ammo belt that goes from a back to the gun. It's hard. I've seen people do something decent with a zip tie. It's not going to be the most convincing thing in the world, but it is square with like round shapes in it that could be bullets. Other than that, the only thing I could think is like carefully make something that looks like a bullet belt and then cast it. Trolliver, do you know that you are pronouncing Pashspiele wrong? I'm pretty sure I'm not. They told me how to say it. Warzog, if the Empire box was just generic versus Hoth, I think it'd be better. It's cool, but I feel like base models would be better. ATST is cool, although I get that most people bought it when it came out because it is cool, and it's been out for years and years. Snowtroopers are cool. Getting a bunch of snowtroopers. Darth Vader's lame. Makes sense. Should have been Veers, but makes sense. Yeah, and then 4 bikes. 4 bikes is a little much. Maybe it could have been like... I think they also threw in the E-Web, which is good. Maybe have 2 E-Webs? I don't know, it's tricky. I want them to do the ATPT for the Empire. Because the Empire, they don't really have like a medium vehicle. Like, the Rebels have the Rebels and Clones have the ATRT. The droids have the Dwarf Spider Droid. Does the Empire doesn't really have like a medium thing. So that could be the ATPT. Working Ramble. EOB, come for the shilling, stay for the goongas. Warzok, agreed, or at least a different pose Vader. Yeah, a different pose Vader would have been legit.
It's like doing a disco dance.
Yeah.
That's what I'd want.
Robot Chicken Vader.
Hell yeah.
Dan Tips. Painting the old bug-eyed demon prince of Nurgle video when? It'll probably happen because I own that model and I need to paint him up. Alex Noah Vogel. As a kid, I got a kick out of the gun weapons, the slings with electro balls in them. Oh yeah, me too. What I would do is I would take my socks and I would put one sock at the bottom of the other sock, and then I would spin them and then throw them. And I got kind of good at hitting stuff with it. I also made a proton pack. Because I stole the hose from our vacuum cleaner and I put it in a cardboard box.
Amazing.
Jennifer Berryman, Jay, will we see some custom Space Marines for the Miniatures of the Month Club? Totally possible. $5. Jay, I just found a wallet and I managed to get it returned. Nice. You know, and I'm sure it was empty when you found it.
Yeah. Both are on the same page in that one.
Gears, I wish that the super chat was better. Instead of the lower amount of money giving less to type than the standard chat, it adds that much per level of money. Yeah, it is kind of weird that if you chat a small amount, you only get to write a tiny bit. But if you don't give any money, you can write everything you want.
I think you're limited. You only get 200 characters.
You only get 200 characters?
Type.
Yeah, 200 characters is plenty.
How much is the normal? You don't, and if you tip, you don't get any more room. Here, I'm gonna. Yeah, you get a little bit more. You can actually. Oh wait, okay. Let's see. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's insane. For $2, you only get 50. For $5, you get 100, 150. 10, you get 200, which is normal. Then for 20, you get 225, and it goes up with. Who's spending $500 to write 350 characters?
Yeah, it's a little dumb.
That's so funny.
Zelko of a Hackleberry. I like the Anakin in 501st. Yeah, it is a cool box. CJW Productions, Darth Vader's lame. You heard it here first, folks. He's lame because he's always been sold in the starter set that's been available for like 5 years. And so everybody and their mom and their dog has a couple of extra Darth Vaders. Mm-hmm.
My dog has a couple.
Yeah. Should have been the Emperor, maybe. I mean, the Emperor wasn't at Hoth. Maybe that's part of the thinking. But then I guess it should have been Veers. George Drury, J. Nick, what's your drink of preference? Wine.
Whiskey. Like a honey whiskey.
Nick Harris, are there jump pack or rocket stormtroopers for the Empire? No. I hope though they bring in the Dark Troopers that we saw in Mandalorian. That'd be pretty sweet. I know they made a Lego set Mandalorian, and I almost want to buy it. It comes with 3 Dark Troopers. There was a YouTuber called Jangbricks, and he made a really good review when that set got announced, and he was like, okay, so first I want to preface that really what everybody actually wanted was for this set to just be one giant baggie of Dark Troopers. But instead, you know, we got a hallway and Luke Skywalker and some stuff.
How dare they?
Mm-hmm. George Gajardo, I think they'll do Imperial Inquisitors for Legion. I hope so. I like the Inquisitors. I hope that they have a special rule where they can helicopter fly over stuff on their lightsabers. It was not... I love when Rebels, when they show that off, and it does not look good. Gregory Hall. Imperials need new stuff, being one of the oldest factions, but Rebels are so easy, I feel. What would make a good mid-vehicle or new unit for the Empire? I think the ATPT or the Dark Troopers. The ATPT would be a good 60mm base vehicle, and the Dark Troopers would be a good 40mm. Kind of along the same lines as the Droidicas. Maybe 2 dual bots.
That's what I gotta say about that. Is there anything better than a gross little burp?
I don't think so.
Can you imagine living a life in which burps aren't funny?
It's a sad life.
It's a sad life. It truly is a sad life. There's people out there that have no joy. Wonder why these streams aren't more popular.
Warzog. I used to fill the sock with baby powder, so it exploded on impact, and I'm waiting patiently for the HasLab Proton Pack to be finished in spring of 2023. I'm a Ghostbusters fanatic, though. Ooh, I backed the HasLab Aliens Pulse Rifle. And last year they said it would happen this year, so I'm very excited for this year. Should be around Christmas time. Although I think every HasLab product has been delayed quite a bit, so it probably won't be. Thorak Warriors. So what is the current lore of the Dark Troopers? Are they elites, robots, or undead? You don't really get much out of the show. I think that they're just robots. I know that there's been other lore where like Commander Cody and some of the other clones were turned into the cyborg Dark Troopers. I know the original like old, no longer canon lore was like the 3 phases of Dark Trooper. But I don't know, I think you just get a big muscly black stormtrooper. You nailed it. The gears, Jay. Be careful right now. You're approaching the Jay rants about Star Wars for the rest of the stream territory. We haven't had a good one of those in a while.
You mean last week?
Yeah.
These 3-hour Saturday streams is when it happens.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's when the Star Wars comes out.
Mm-hmm. Love me some Star Wars. I need to get caught up on Obi-Wan. I saw the first 2 episodes, and I need to catch up. I think they're on 5 now.
Need to catch up on all the shows. I haven't seen any of them.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen 3 episodes of Mandalorian. Maybe 4. And that's probably how it's gonna stay.
I think the second episode of Boba Fett is one of the best Star Wars to ever Star Wars. It's so much fun.
Can I watch that one without watching all the others?
I think you can.
Well, I don't got no Disney Plus. I do have Star Wars Minus though. That's the prequels. Pod racing.
Nick Ayers, have them do a stormtrooper and a dewback lizard. There is a stormtrooper and a dewback lizard. Oh yeah, that's the Empire's medium unit. The only thing I wish that it came with at least like 2 tails. That way, at least you could have one with the tail swinging left and one with the tail swinging right.
Good idea.
Yeah, I think probably they didn't include it because it's a Hoth set, and it'd be weird to have the desert lizard standing next to all the snowtroopers.
Mm-hmm.
Trolliver, Dark Troopers are droids that were supposed to replace the Stormtroopers. With the blood of Jedi, they tried to make them able to use the Force. Well, we found out that metachlorians in the blood of Jedi is how you tell how much of the Force a Jedi has. And then for some reason they never brought that up ever again. Not even Master Yoda has a metachlorian count that high. Or sorry, if the Inquisitors can't helicopter, I'm not playing them.
George Gajardo. Nick needs to hustle and grind more for that Disney Plus. Got him. Actually, I'm hustling and grinding so much that I'm just buying Bitcoin, and that's going well.
CJW Productions, if Obi-Wan was so good, how come there's no Obi-2?
Ooh.
Bum ba-dum bum bum ba-ba-da-dum ba-ba-dum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-ba-dum bum ba-dum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum.
Wow, that joke was so good you got Seinfeld. The end. You're triggering my girlfriend, Nick. I don't know what that means. I think that's just a girlfriend flex. And we all know that nobody that watches the streams have girlfriends or wives. That's a lie.
Gregory Hall, just saying that the larger Legion streamers don't have anything on EOB and is an area starved for more great content creators. I do like Legion. It's a fun game. Fun rules.
Remember when I got accused of not hustling and grinding enough?
Oh yeah, Captain Hustle and Grind himself. You know, wake up every morning, you just start grinding. You know, and then every afternoon you start hustling.
Mm-hmm.
And then every day I'm shuffling. Remember Party Rock?
I do remember it. I remember we played that song in band,
Mm-hmm.
and then we did the dance. And
Yeah.
it's got to be the cringiest thing in the whole world.
Oh,
looking
it's
back on
awesome. What are you talking about?
it. Oh my god! Remember when somebody we went to school with would like dress up as like a robot and do it?
Yeah.
That's got to be the cringiest thing in the whole world.
Nah, that was awesome.
Now, what wasn't cringy was when we did Gundam style. That was not cringy.
No, yeah, Gangnam Style is legit. It's a masterpiece. Kelkova Hackenberry, thoughts on the Canoptic Spider? Love the Canoptic Spider. I own 3. Yeah, I just like them a lot. I always put the gun on top, even though it wasn't very good. Corbin Govers, if they didn't want us making Nighthaunt Skitari hybrids, they shouldn't have made everything fit together so nicely. Dark Warrior, Skippy the Jedi Droid R5D4 was force sensitive because of his metachlorians rich lubricants. He blew his own motivator so R2 could join C-3PO at the Skywalker Moisture Farm. I love Star Wars Tales so much. It's probably one of my favorite Star Wars to ever Star Wars. It's a great, great comic series. VG95, Nick is never cringe. Jay, on the other hand. And speaking of cringe, I'm going to go pee.
Oh, cringe bee. Damn. Jay constantly gets roasted, and I don't know how he holds it all together. I mean, how could you how could you always be wrong and be roasted all the time? It's rough out there for Jay. BJ95, Nick, it's time to make fun of Jay. Yes, everybody, while Jay is gone, let's say horrible things behind his back. Go ahead and type it in the chat, and I'll read it out loud. It's one of my favorite pastimes. The end. He's in the bathroom. Flame him. Let's get him. Sean. Well, maybe he is off-screen crying. That's probably true. Gregory Hall. Nick, we all know that you run the show. I mean, that's a fact. BJ95, his haircut is horrible. Agreed. Jeez. George Gajardo. Jay's kidneys filter out criticism, hence the constant peeing. Trolliver. Jay likes to use watercolors on his models. Yuck. Andy Crimson. Jay smells. Matthew Cheeseman. Taking a while. And number 2. Guaranteed number 2. BJ95. His burps have a better chance of beating Sean. The end. He smells like egg salad and sun chips. Oh my god. I mean, absolutely insane. It's crazy. Good old-fashioned Jay. What I like to think is he has the stream pulled up on his phone, and while he's taking a number 2, he's, reading all the comments too. Silkova, Hackberry. Jay has a terrible sense of direction and constantly gets lost, even with navigation. 100% true. Trilliver, is Jay gay? I have heard that he is. I only want to watch it. Jay's sabotage mixed Beach Boys attempt. We should call a ref. I agree. I'm gonna. Everyone was making fun of you, and I'm gonna read the one to you that was my favorite. VG95. His burps have a better chance of beating Sean.
Yeah.
That was my favorite one.
Silkova Hackberry. Jay has a terrible sense of direction and constantly gets lost, even with navigation. I know sometimes you fall in, which is hard to do with a P.
We're pretty sure that was a number 2. It took long enough.
I went and I got some inks today.
Oh,
They were on sale. I got some green, a light green, and a Indian yellow. So those will added to the collection. I really like Diller Rowney because of the heavy, wide bottles. What's the other one? The other one brand I like is Liquitex, but damn, that tall, skinny bottle is very knockoverable.
very true. Damn, it's skinny. Yeah, I mean, I knocked over my white.
I knocked over the
$8
red.
mistake. Yeah. Oh. Now everything's white. The bottom of my chair is white.
Jacob Pegan, I have a few more sick burns. I don't want to forget them.
Gotta write them down. Gregory Hall. Jay, Nick was saying so many mean things about you when you were gone.
Thark Warrior, as seen on The Mandalorian, R5D4 now lives with Peli at her Mos Eisley starport. You know, I wonder how droid naming works, because there's thousands and thousands of R2D2s. Because that's just the name of what, like, make and model of is R2. Like, it's not like they each have a unique serial number. So there's just a million people out there with like a pet robot named R2D2?
Yes.
Ah. Cool.
Matthew Cheese Man, so girth over length.
Girth over length times height squared.
Yeah. Colin Stager. Just got my hands on the Horus Heresy box today, and I am building some salamanders.
Ooh, that's pretty cool. Salamanders don't get enough love. They're the good guys. I think Vulcanin is another one of those Primarchs who went missing, and so he has the potential to return. Gamefield, yeah, there's probably a billion Pikachus. That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it be funny if everybody else named their Pikachus like, yeah, my Pikachu's name is Roger. Like, are you just so uncreative that you just named it what it says?
Yeah. Roger. And in the games, you can name them. So you can name it Roger all you want. You can name them all Roger. Yep. I had a Charizard named Fire,
No.
which makes a lot of sense. Because that shit was fire. That's why.
Alex Novogel. The only one is Rebels is the only one I can actually think of, and they named theirs Chopper. His name is C110P. Chopper. Good old Chopper. Chopper was kind of fun because he had arms. Equal 11. Vulcan literally incinerated an Eldari child. How is that a good guy? Well, I mean, aliens don't count. Remember that episode of Warhammer Plus? What is it called? Hammer and Bolter, when the Eldar are fighting the Space Marines.
Yep.
And the Space Marines are just like
dumb.
They're super dumb, but they're very, very good at killing things.
Mm-hmm. They keep like repeating the same shit over and over again. Yeah. Yeah, if people could just get over themselves, maybe they could enjoy the cool stuff that they make. 'Cause some of those, like Hammer and Bolter, is really good. The newer episodes are really good.
And there Nick goes shilling again.
I know. Although Interrogator is really good.
Yeah.
That's my favorite one.
Silkova Hackberry, our favorite war criminal, Chopper. Speaking of war criminal, there's an episode of Star Wars Rebels where they blow up a oil refinery. Was everybody working at that oil refinery an evil Empire minion? Because it certainly didn't seem like they were. Like, there was like a whole 3-episode arc about saving their buddy Zebo, who was an Imperial guy. So why didn't they save any of the Zebos working at that oil refinery? Giorgiardo, haven't heard your take on the Exodite. It's my favorite so far. It was super awkward that it ended after episode 3. Because clearly that wasn't the finale. I think it would have been a pretty darn good little short film if it ended the second the Exodite's monologue was over. And it just ended with the Wraith Knights walking up to the Titans and destroying them.
Also, if there was a story, that would be nice.
Yeah. It was weird because like it starts out with a story like, this person is given a special amulet and is told to go on a mission. Mm-hmm. And then you get like a tiny bit of banter between the other Tau where the guy can't figure out his little piece of technology and his friend helps him, but then they both die seconds later.
Yeah.
The visually stunning. Mm-hmm. The Titan battles are awesome.
Really cool. It's a little and the thing is, I think like I can forgive. Well, and actually, Astartes does have a story. Mm-hmm. It's it's good. That one's good. But yeah, the Exodite doesn't have a story.
When the Dread Knight calls the other Space Marines a little brother.
Yeah.
Because he's so big.
Little angel of death.
I can't wait for the Angels of Death prequel that they've teased, the Black Templar show that they've teased. Maybe they should just make some of this stuff. Axno Vogel. Mass casualty events in Star Wars happen with such frequency that all of the characters in the universe are totally desensitized to murder. The refinery workers weren't given a second thought. Wait, that's it for the Exodite? I thought they were just really delayed. That's super lame. Yeah, the Exodite's over. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was kind of building up to something.
Yeah.
Like, at least. And then, I guess not. They're like, LOL, JK.
Yeah, and like, I almost feel like what you do is you just turn it into a short film, and maybe you just like cut out a lot of the Tau talking to each other and just have it be like just war scenes in silence from the Tau's perspective.
Right.
And then it ends with the Exodite's monologue about how everything is just constant war.
Mm-hmm.
Trollover, I never wanted this. Horace Lupercal after he committed genocide for the millionist time. The end. In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only Star Wars. Colin Steger, hey, are you getting any of the battle forces for Legion? I'll probably get the Rebel one, for sure. I like the Rebel one. I like the Rebels.
I'm gonna get the one that has the Gungas.
The Gungas.
There isn't one, so I'm not gonna get any. The end. In the grim dark future galaxy far, far away, there is only Star Wars. Beep 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 beep. Beep 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 beep. Beep 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 beep. BJ95 stream until 5 a.m.
No,
thank you.
That's past my bedtime.
I mean, this is past my bedtime.
Mm-hmm. Ink 11J, have you watched the show Long Way Up? It has the show where Ewan McGregor and Charlie Boorman go on a motorcycle trip from the southmost place on South America up to LA in California. It's funny. I have not seen it. I really like The Men Who Stare at Goats with Ewan McGregor. It's very funny. Andy Crimson, in the grim darkness of the far future, somehow Palpatine returns. Yeah!
TJ the Hopo Painter. It's way too hot for bedtime here. Oh my god. The heat sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it was just 30 degrees at all times. Patrick Solomon, I really appreciate that you guys stay up past your bedtimes on Saturdays to do these streams for/with us. Thank you both. Hey, weren't you supposed to go get Culver's? Did you eat Culver's?
Ooh, I want Culver's.
I bought that yesterday.
You bring it up to share?
Exactly. TJ the Hope Painter agreed. Colder weather is sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Sullivan. I have not yet. I have failed you. I will go tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, you better.
I have failed you, Anakin. Remember when they
Gotta
found
go
the
get a
lava for
Butterburger.
no reason?
Butterburger.
Remember when Obi-Wan begged Yoda to not make him go kill Anakin, and then Yoda's like, "I don't know what to tell you, bro. Gotta do what you gotta do." I think that was the line. And Crimson pro tip: don't use washes or contrast paint over inks. It depends on the ink. Yeah, some ink is very fragile, but a little dusting of varnish can help protect it. Yeah, verbatim how I remember it. Also, like, Yoda barely lost to the Emperor. It didn't really feel like he had to go into hiding. Like, when one thing if the Emperor totally dominated and, like, Yoda had no chance. But they just kind of, like, Hadoukened each other, and then Yoda ran away. And then Jimmy Schmitz found Yoda, and they flew away. And they flew away to the start of A New Hope. Matimus, good morning from Finlandia.
Finlandia.
Remember the Finland joke from Spamalot?
I do. Good old Spamalot.
Yeah, it's a good
Whatever
show.
happened to that show? I think they should only do that show.
Mm-hmm.
And Cabaret.
Ooh, Cabaret is
Cabaret.
really good.
I like Cabaret a lot. It's just a really, really good show. And really cheery and happy all the time. The whole show, throughout the whole thing.
Welcome and bienvenue. Welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just a nice, chipper, cheerful show. Painting skin is hard.
Yeah. The end. Nice rack, Jay. Say thank you. Rude.
William Rambo. General Kenobi, years ago you served my father in the Clone Wars, and also remember when I was 10 and we went on that crazy adventure together trying to escape from the Sith. Also, General Kenobi never really served Jimmy Schmitz. It's almost like it's all made up. Although I don't think George Lucas has ever pulled the JK just kidding Rowling of I had it all planned out from the beginning. I think he's been pretty open about just making it up as he went along. Man, I gotta watch the rest of Kenobi because little tiny Leia is awesome. Mm-hmm. They whatever tiny child they got is very good at being Leia. You know?
Yeah. You know, I was gonna say the same thing, but I just decided not to, and it would totally be embarrassing if we were doing it at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Someone would owe someone else a sody pop. It's a whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Bad.
The end. He actually claimed to have had all 9 episodes planned out, and they decided the story was most interesting starting at episode 4, but I think that's Gungas. Oh yeah, that's not true. I mean, we sort of know it's not true, because he wrote another movie called, I think, Splinter of the Mind's Eye, which eventually turned into a novel and then a comic book about his low-budget sequel to Star Wars when he thought that the movie was going to bomb. And he wrote a sequel to Star Wars that didn't have Harrison Ford because he'd be too expensive. Okay, Ramble. Lucas was definitely winging it. Yoda only exists because Lucas killed off Kenobi in the first movie, not thinking he would ever do well enough for a sequel to actually get made. There's an awesome scene with a badass character in the later episodes, but I won't spoil it, but damn! Manly Cheeseman, we meet again at last. The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master. Yeah, that also is a weird line considering that some of the last things Obi-Wan ever said to Anakin was, your training is done. I've taught you everything I can teach you. And you're going to make a far better Jedi than I ever was. Yeah, I think the biggest failing of the prequel movies is that Anakin and Obi-Wan are never, like, together. In episode 2, they're separated for the entire movie. For episode 3, they're separated for basically the entire movie. And then in the Clone Wars TV show, they're always together, which makes sense because they're friends. And for them to actually be friends, you need to see them interact with each other. The Clone Wars TV show is so good. I'd rather watch the Jar Jar episodes than episode 3 ever again. Nah, that's not true. But episode 3 is bad. And you know what? Some of the Jar Jar episodes in Clone Wars are not that bad. There's a great... I think it's in like season 8. Or maybe... it must have been in season 6. Where there's a senator who just wants to plow Jar Jar. And it's pretty funny.
I mean, don't we all? You're kind of saying like we don't all want to do that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Ramble. Only a master of evil doth.
And here we have it, folks. We are now officially in the Star Wars portion of the stream.
Yeah!
We have been for the last 30 minutes. You did this, folks. I just want to put that out there, everybody.
Patrick Solomon, I liked episode 3 more than any of the new trilogy, or even all of them combined. I hated the new trilogy. I adore 7. 7 is an awesome movie. 8 is like 50% great, 50% terrible, and 9 is a mess. But it's kind of an enjoyable mess. Nick Harris, if you are not with me, then you're my enemy. Oh, George Bush. Do you think that's what George was thinking when he wrote that?
Mm-hmm. Guaranteed.
If you're not with us, then you're with the terrorists.
Mad the G's, man. Nick, make him stop! If somebody says that they don't like the sequels, I totally I get it, but I am questioning why they don't like 7.
Yeah, 7's really good.
7 is just a
fun
good movie. And here's the thing, folks. I don't like anything, and I like 7. It's a good movie. I could, let's make some people mad. Let's make some people unsubscribe. I think 7 is the best Star Wars movie.
I can totally see it. It's the most like a movie.
It's the most like a movie. It's really good. Take that, everybody.
Dang up there, Jay, you're starting to sound like a separatist. Whereas the sequel trilogy was Disney wanting to reboot it and thought fans wouldn't come. I think they were pretty sure the fans would come because they bought it for $4 billion.
Oh, and I came all right.
Better Solomon. 7 was all right. Personally, I think 3 was miles better than 7. Anakin, you are breaking my heart. You are going down a path I cannot follow. Yes, 3 was awesome. Benji Master DK, I only like pod racing.
I agree.
I hear ya.
I like Phantom Menace.
Now this is pod racing. You know what though? I think more Star Wars movies need that. Let's just take a big break in the middle to have a grand adventure. And then literally the movie will be on pause for the entire time.
I literally thought, again, because I didn't watch it for a while, and then we watched it again, like a couple years ago. I was pretty sure it started with the pod racing. It doesn't.
Yeah, the pod racing is like an hour in.
In my mind, I just edited out most of the movie because I like the pod racing so much.
Yeah, I watched it a ton growing up, and yeah, the only thing that mattered was the pod race and then the big final battle.
Yep.
I remember we owned it on VHS.
Hell yeah.
Teacher the Ho Panner, I think Disney did okay with the series on the side characters, but Star Wars itself is a mess. Lightsabers scratching people instead of chopping off limbs. Oh, I know what YouTube video you watched. It didn't cut off his head because it didn't hit him in the neck. It hit him in the face. It does bring up an interesting question, though, of how wide is a lightsaber blade? Because they kind of look like they're about... like they're like an Oscar Mayer wiener thick. Mm-hmm. But does that mean that if you cut something, there's an Oscar Mayer wiener sized kerf? Or is there like a microscopic laser and that big solid beam is just the visible light of that energy?
I think it's all fake. That's what I think it is. So it could be whatever you want it to be. Oh my god. I like how you measured it in an Oscar Mayer wiener size. Someone's got wieners on the mind. Well, it's because you wanted hot dogs and they didn't have it.
Yeah. That's true. See, Brett Gann. Personally, I would rather have seen a story that was unique, not a rehash of 4. As bad as the prequels were, at least they attempted to tell something new. I would have liked something new, too, but I also liked what we got.
VG95, what is Star Wars?
It's a series of novels.
Written by George R.R. Martin.
Yeah. George Cacciardo, you're all bantha poodoo. Alex Novo, have you ever played Star Wars Bombad Racers? No, but I've heard of it. Sean, is no one ever going to tell what the U.S. version of plow means? I feel like our meaning is quite different.
As in bang? CJW Productions. Americans will do anything to avoid using the metric system. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Just everything's Oscar Mayer wiener. Although I do agree we should switch the metric system. Be nice. Love a good meter.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't everybody love a good meter?
War Game Ramble. Star Wars won't get good again until they start making stuff without the old characters, an infinite universe that they keep shackling themselves to, the same handful of people. I agree. I mean, I like 7, and I've liked the new movies enough, but it's all fine. I mean, they're kind of doing it with Mandalorian and the TV shows and the Clone Wars and the spin-off movies like Solo and Rogue One. I think they're doing just fine. Patrick Sullivan, what if Star Wars was a girl? Then you get Episode 7 and everyone hates it. No, that's not true. Episode 7 is very well liked by not the internet.
Very true.
By regular folks, pretty satisfied.
Chris, the metric system is better by a mile.
It is
Exactly.
very good.
By a whole mile. It's so much better.
Yeah, I remember in my blueprinting class, one week we were made to do all of our assignments in the metric system, and I'm like, oh god, I'm fucked. Like this stuff is already really hard. How am I possibly going to do it with the metric system? And it was just way easier. The math was just so simple.
Yeah. The only arguments that we shouldn't switch is my foot is exactly a foot long. So it's really easy to count how big things are.
You know what? I think that's a good argument.
Right. I don't know how many meters a foot is, or parts of a meter, or centimeters it is, or millimeters, or nanometers.
TJ the Hope Painter. Lightsabers are hot enough to melt blast doors, so a human body is less as butter to it. Well, yeah, but what if you just slice someone's face? Then wouldn't they only have a wound on their face? Like if you cut, Kylo Ren got cut on the face, but is a lightsaber so hot that it would just melt his head? Because it doesn't seem to be the case. I mean, we've seen arms and stuff get cut off, and it's just cut like you'd imagine a laser would cut through something, like, and it's all burnt, crispy. Think about it. The metric system is the tool of the devil. My car gets 3 furloughs to the hogshead, and that's the way I like it. Boy, I'd say that that lightsaber weighs about 13 stone. Matthew Cheeseman, I only use parsecs for measuring distance. At least we can all agree that Solo was really good.
Hell yeah, it was. If you like having fun, it's a great movie.
Yeah. I think there's a YouTuber called Cosmonaut Variety Hour, and he had a great take, which he was like, I think all of the Star Wars movies are kind of bad, but I love them because it's Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
See Brett Grigan and the trade skills metric and Imperial are both used for different purposes. Carpentry is easier with Imperial. As a CNC machinist, tapping holes is far easier in Imperial when programming. Huh, interesting. Steve, I guess 7 was pretty good. The part where Kirk meets Picard because of the energy disruption was pretty good. Oh, it was! And then when he goes and gets the whales, classic 7. Of all the souls I had ever met, his was the most human. Teacher the Hope Hanner. I'd imagine horrible burns at the very least, but Star Wars had some grid to it, and Disney just failed it for me. He got cut on the face, and he had a big wound on his face. I think it's fine. It would be one thing if we saw the lightsaber go straight through his neck, and then he had like a little scar on his cheek, but we saw him get cut on the face. It might have even been that the lightsaber didn't hit his face, but his helmet hit his face when it got sliced in half, or when it got sliced and damaged. Matthew Cheeseman, Solo was so bad I make the kids watch it when they misbehave. I think somebody is joking around. Ethan Muller, as a Han Solo origin story, was mixed, but as a fun movie, it's okay. Man, you guys demand a lot from your fantasy adventure movies. Sean, lasers and lightsabers are handy for not having to see any blood in battle scenes. That's true. I always loved when the stormtroopers would get shot in the old movies, and you'd see a little bit of fire on them from the squib. Also, if you like, I watched all of the movies growing up on VHS, but now I've seen them all in like Blu-ray, and the stormtrooper armor is so creaky and is like basically falling apart. It's hilarious if you look at like the stormtrooper's legs, and you just see like the vacuum formed plastic just bouncing around. GG the Hope Hanner. It's not just Kylo's face, it's everywhere in the movies. What? Nobody got cut with a lightsaber. Finn got sliced up the back, but he went into the back to tank and got fixed. Kylo got cut on the face. Who else gets cut with a lightsaber? It's everywhere? JPC, any recommendations on YouTube lore channels? I really like Voldemort's Guide to 40k. He is my favorites. And then Luton's not bad. His videos are a little long for my taste. But some people want long. And I like Major Kill. Major Kill is pretty good.
He's silly.
Sean, oh god, the old Star Wars was not meant for high def. Yeah. Nope. Ethan Miller, Voldemort is awesome. Voldemort is awesome. I love Voldemort. Old Baldy Morty. I wonder if he's actually bald or if he's just lying to all of us.
A little bit of both.
No, he said that the name is he just wanted something funny because he wanted everybody to know to not take it too seriously.
And now he's bald.
Yeah. I think he's starting a new channel where he's gonna go through history topics, like dinosaurs and things.
Well, dinosaurs aren't real.
That's true. Yeah, a little problematic, but
yeah.
Sean, I recorded the original Star Wars movies off of TV on VHS. The old commercials are a hoot. Ah, I bet. Warzog. I mean, without Solo, we'd all thought Han was an unbelievable pilot, not just relying on a sentient ship. Start ways. That's not what happened in Solo. He's still a good pilot. The droid brain does hyperspace calculations because no human pilot does hyperspace calculations. It's always been droids. Warzog is making things up. Mitch Slav, what scale is Malifaux? This model seems larger than 32. It's 32, but she's just a giant.
She's big lady.
These battle droids are in a more traditional 32 human scale. So yeah, she's probably... Yeah, she's very tall.
A big lady. Big lady.
Oh, Sunny Boy 76. Good day, guys and gals. We're gonna ramble. I remembered when Lucas remastered an enhanced Star Wars in 1997 and how bad the polygon rendered Jabba was. He had to sit through him saying the same dialogue as Greedo in the previous scene. Yeah, it was cut for a reason. It's also not as good seeing Jabba in the first movie. Like, it's better if he's just this mysterious dark presence until we see him finally. Chris, Solo is a fine movie if you don't compare it to the inaccurate reflections you have of Star Wars when you were a child. Oh, Solo. Anybody ever hear the Connect Solo song? It's pretty awesome. Arnold Degans, good morning from the Netherlands. Better than the old guy in the furry bathing suit in the original Star Wars. Oh yeah, but like, clearly it shouldn't have been in the movie. Adding it in... I mean, the reason that they added it in was so that they could sell the new VHSs. Because Star Wars had already come out on VHS. I have the original VHS release of Star Wars. But then they wanted to do it again to make more money. And so George made some new scenes. That's pretty much why the prequels exist, because all of the toy companies were begging for more Star Wars, because Star Wars toys were the hottest thing in the world. William Rambo. Solo would have been way more interesting a movie if it wasn't about Han Solo. I agree. However, I don't know if it's fair to judge a movie based on what I personally would have found better. It'd be kind of like going to a Chinese restaurant and being like, I hate Chinese food. This would be way better if it was a bistro. And it's like, well, yeah, I guess that's a fair criticism, but also, like, don't come.
I just imagine you saying that to the waiter.
Yeah.
It should be a bistro. Okay, go neat.
Oh, Sunny Boy 76. I still can't believe that Jawas and lore are supposed to be muscular and strong warriors. I mean, they must be pretty tough if they can survive on Tatooine. I love in The Mandalorian when they get him to kill the dangerous monster just so that they can make an omelet.
Amazing.
That's what Star Wars is all about. Just adventure. And midichlorians. I would say those are the two things that Star Wars is truly about. Mitch Slav, the Connect solo song is the only song I've ever aced in VR Beat Saber. Oh, Beat Saber looks like so much fun.
It does. It really does look like fun. I don't know if I'm a big VR guy, but I would do that.
Yeah.
Beat Saber. Daniel Bear. The documentary of the making of the Phantom Menace is way more interesting than the actual movie.
It's a really good documentary. It's amazing that it exists because it's not that favorable to Lucas or the movie.
Oh my god. Oh, he comes off as such an asshole. Just making all the wrong decisions. With you can see that look on people's faces. They know that it's all wrong. It's so fun. I love it.
I love when he takes Steven Spielberg to go look at the battle droid and the arm's falling off.
It's pretty great.
I love that one lady on Tatooine was dating a Jawa. I know! Adorable. Slimmer Dimmer, hey guys, just got here. How are we doing this fine evening? Good. I'm doing a little acrylic work. And I got the Connect Han Solo song stuck in my head.
DJ the Opal Painter. Jay, I'll agree to disagree. If Disney Star Wars is good or not, if it floats your boat, it's wrong but fine. I'll stick to droids and Grievous.
All Disney Star Wars? Like The Mandalorian's bad? Ooh, I also like Bad Batch. I think Bad Batch season 2 or trailer just dropped for season 2. I'm very excited.
Bad Batch.
Bad Batch. Ethan Miller, maybe if they kept the crew for the train heist alive, the solo movie would have been more fun. I feel like there's plenty of stuff that's fun. The train heist, the talking to the gangsters, the card games where they're all cheating, breaking the Millennium Falcon out of the it's got like the boot, like the car boot, so you can't take off on it. And then the final battle, it all takes place in the guy's office. And it's just a big double cross. Mm-hmm. The Kessel Run. Slimmy Dimmer just got here, but now I have to leave. I'm a kid and it's almost midnight here, so peace out. Peace.
There you go.
Whereas like Jawas are able to strip spaceships super fast. They got to have some muscle strength. George Gajardo tips Utini. Idaho Painter. Mandalorian isn't a movie, and the sideshows were okay. Just the main Star Wars line.
Warzog. I liked VR until I fell off a high cliff in Minecraft and had a mild panic attack. I get totally... I mean, I have a mild panic attack when I fall off a cliff in Minecraft just normally.
Oh, yeah. I've seen so many videos of people playing VR and, like, destroying their TVs or falling over or just horribly hurting themselves.
I've seen I think it was, like, an older woman or, like, a grandma or a mom or something. There was some sort of game where you're on like a plank of wood, like above, like going between two skyscrapers or something like that, and she fell off and she was just screaming.
Yeah, I mean it's scary.
I bet you could get that invested in it, where it feels like you really fell.
Especially when you look left and you look right and you're in the game, you don't escape.
Yep.
It's like when people used to chuck Wii remotes at their TVs.
Yep.
Ethan Miller, is that blending on the wings or is it just a gradient? It's both. There's a gradient, and then I painted stripes of color on top to create a texture. Oh, Sunny Boy 76, have you all seen the artwork of Warrior Jawas? It's crazy. I have not, but I'm intrigued. Where's Indigo?
Wow. BJ95, take a tape. I'm with my bestest work buddy. Call him Crispy Macaroni. This person is not Gumbuck Guy.
Hmm.
Little macaroni.
When I make macaroni, I like to put Spam in there. Spam and broccoli florets. And peas. It turns it into almost a meal.
Yep. And you know, you wash it down with a nice 7-Up.
Yeah!
Probably more likely a root beer.
Usually I go for the I get a pack of sugar-free 7-Up, a pack of sugar-free root beer, and a pack of sugar-free squirt. I don't mind a squirt.
I like a squirt. I like the squirt.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like the squirt? I like the Pepsi though. Doesn't really work. I like Pepsi Cherry. Pepsi Cherry is my favorite sody pop. It's my absolute favorite. It's super sweet. It's cherry. It's the best.
George Gardo, my Oculus Rift is basically how I get my cardio. It's my Beat Saber machine.
Hell yeah.
I want to play Beat Saber. This looks like fun. Not fun enough to buy the whole shebang, but
No.
it looks neat. I would try somebody else's for sure.
Yeah. So somebody else go and buy it so then we can borrow it.
Yeah.
You can have it back after a couple years. Bee slaughter, sody pop. Yeah, you making fun of me? That's what I call it. It's funny. Funny to call it that because it's wrong and bad. It's funny though.
Warzog, fight or flight kicks in hard. I believe it.
Oh, Sunny Boy 76. Pepsi Cherry. Ah, it is the best.
Ooh, that was probably way too much. That's kind of not enough. Your dad. Hey, Jay and Nick.
Ethan Muller. Cherry Coke. I also like Cherry Coke, but it's not Cherry Pepsi, so it sucks. Yeah, Coke is fine. It's not as sweet as Pepsi. I'd rather, if I'm gonna drink a soda pop, I think it's gonna be sweet.
I like a good cola soda, but I don't think I ever reach for one. Like I'm more of a Sprite, root beer,
Right.
orange pop.
Cola sodas are more for adults.
Yeah, that's why I don't like it. No, I do like them, but yeah, they're not option one.
Yeah, I go back and forth because I mean you can't go wrong with a good 7-Up. You just can't. It's just great. Just really nice. I think I like 7-Up better than like Sprite and Sierra Mist because I feel like I think it's more has more flavor to it.
Yeah, I think 7-Up is more sugary, and Sprit is more like citrusy.
Right, which I also like. I mean, I can't complain about Soda Pop, but
yeah.
Except for Diet Coke. What are people doing?
I learned to like Diet Coke because growing up, like my mom drank nothing but Diet Coke, my grandparents drank nothing but Diet Coke.
But see, that's the only way to enjoy it is to learn to like it.
Yeah.
Because nobody the first time was like, this is really good. They're like, this is, I guess, better than the alternative by a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's not water.
Yeah.
Oh, Sunny Boy 76. What about Fanta? I like a Fanta.
I do too. Now that I like it, now that's not my first choice. It's good.
I mean, top tier orange soda, Jarrito.
Yeah,
that's a soda.
Yeah, that's a Soda Pop right there.
Sure, Baka. Well, alcohol and coffee are both only good if you learn to like them. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody takes a sip of vodka and they're like, "Oh, that's delightful."
Mm-hmm. Although you do a little mixing and matching, you can create something that tastes pretty good. I do. I mean, a little honey whiskey, little 7-Up. It's great.
Jim Jeffries has a great joke about the taste of alcohol, and he's like, somebody doesn't like how it tastes. He's like, we don't drink it because it's good. We drink it because we have to.
Yep.
Sean, cola, grape orange, and sarsaparilla soda pop. I've never had a sarsaparilla. I don't think I have. Except for in Fallout New Vegas, where I've had thousands of bottles of Sunset Sarsaparilla. You know, in Fallout New Vegas, I never found any of the foods and chems buffs were that amazing. I always kind of felt like I was ignoring most of them. Oh, Sunnyboy76. Tip, don't try Moxie. Oh, Moxie is nasty. Moxie is not a good soda. You think it's going to be fun because, like, oh, Moxie, it's cute, it's cool. Nope. It tastes gross. The only Moxie I like is from Hell of a Boss, the YouTube show by Vivzy Pop. Voice acted by Michael Horowitz, the same voice actor who did Invader Zim and like a million other characters.
There you go.
Barry Elson. I fought in the 90s Cola Wars. Pepsi won by a mile.
I agree.
Andrew Caldwell. Hey, random question. Do you guys reuse your silly putty for masking? Does the paint from previous masking sessions transfer to your models? Nope. I've been using the same silly putty for years and years, and I mean, it's still like the same color. You just squish it around and mix it up, and then it's just fine. Ethan Muller. What about Balls? Balls is okay. It's a little pricey. The Balls cream soda is really good. I'd have to try the other flavors again.
I love cream soda. I just love cream. You know, it's just delicious. Don't we all love cream? Just a nice taste of cream.
Jason Alaska. Dr. Enough is really good, but rare to find. Interesting. Yeah, I've definitely never tried that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if we're gonna do another YouTube channel, it's gonna be about sodas.
Oh yeah.
It's gotta be.
Oh, CineBoy76, he's my favorite voice actor. Yeah! TJ the Hope Panner. I am Zim! Love that show and movie. Yeah, Into the Florbus. Man, who would have thought that, you do a TV show that was way too edgy for the time and it gets canceled, and then, like 15 years later you come back to make a movie and it's better? Like, I remember seeing it and being like, I'm excited, but it's probably going to be bad. And then it was really, really good. Oh, CineBoy76. Any tips for Fallout 76? I don't know. I've never played it. I've only played Fallout New Vegas. And speaking of New Vegas, I'm going to go New Peak.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Well, folks, it's that time again. It's time to make fun of Jay. So if there's anything that you want to say behind his back, now's the time. I'll start. He is poopy. That's how I feel about. That's really how I feel about him. He's also got a small bladder. DJ the Opal Painter, his Star Wars choices, oof. Ethan Muller, he's a normie. Sean, I saw Jay's feet and expected cloven hooves. Yep, that would make sense. Oh, Sunny Boy 76. Jay comes back and there's a bunch of redacted messages. I know the gains. How's life treating you all? Treating us good except for Jay. Jay sucks. JPC. Jay has a horrible taste in friends. Agreed. All of his friends except for me are horrible. Jay doesn't have any other friends. Andrew Caldwell. He's an average painter. Yeah! We can all paint way better.
Hooah!
Ethan Muller. His hot takes aren't impressive. George Cujardo. Jay has a poorly diversified portfolio. Burn!
It's true. All my stocks in G-Dub.
Yeah. All my stocks in G-Dub. That's
Well,
why
I probably missed out on the time to buy.
No, it's happening soon. Things are going bad. You definitely missed out on the time to sell.
Ah, there we go.
There was a time to sell.
Yeah, for some reason, they did like 3 times better than they've ever done ever in a single year, and for some reason that didn't seem to continue forever.
Yeah. It's weird.
I blame Brexit.
Me too.
And Canada for some reason.
Yeah. They caused Brexit.
Sean, how does he paint so well considering he's always wrong?
Honestly, a great question.
Arnold DeGans, who's going for that cargo 8 Ridge hauler from Necromunda. It is a cool ship. Or cool truck thing.
Train,
plane, automobile. I watched a really interesting YouTube video somebody made. Apparently, there's that movie was going to be 3 hours long. And then the studio made them cut it down to a normal comedy movie length.
Mm.
But apparently it's really, really edited. But, it's interesting because it's a great movie. You'd never know. But he read the original screenplay and then compared it to the movie.
Huh.
And it's like they actually like use scenes, like use different scenes to like edit together, like could recreate new stuff. It's like, wow, you never know. Like there's like a whole subplot where the what's the white haired guy's name?
Steve
Martin. Steve Martin's wife thinks he's cheating on him, and like the whole plot line is gone from the movie, which is good.
Speaking of Steve, don't worry. Games Workshop is working on the next COVID to boost their stocks. That's the next era of paint.
Yeah.
Ethan Muller, which movie?
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles with John Candy and Steve Martin.
I didn't even mean to say Steve. I just said the word Steve. Isn't that fun?
Yeah. John
Steve.
Candy was so good. It's too bad he passed.
Yep. Steve Martin has to have a wig.
Yeah, right?
It's too good. It's gotta be a piece. There's just no way. Or maybe he's had a keep since the 70s.
Yeah, he was the first tester, and it worked well, but it for some reason turned his hair white.
Yeah.
Jason Alaska, the cockroach mounts are pretty cool for Necromunda. Yeah, the flea riders, love them.
They're so cool. I want to ride them fleas.
Sean, Pandorum. Ooh, Pandorum is a great little movie. Just a hidden gem of the sci-fi genre. Pandorum is awesome. That's one of those movies like Priests and there's another one where they're held up in a diner facing off waves of demons. Oh no, wait, that's not Priest. That's I can't remember the name of it. There's a bunch of little movies like that kind of came and went and had maybe problems, but they're just good. Just good. There's a movie called The Faculty with Frodo in it. It's pretty good. High school gets taken over by parasitic monsters. Oh, Sunny Boy 76. Lost in Space 2000s. That Lost in Space movie. I love you, wife. My favorite line in any movie ever. The Mist. The Mist is a classic. Who directed The Mist? It was why can't I remember his name? But yeah, that guy has directed a lot of good stuff.
Wait, quick! Everybody tell Jay he's wrong about Star Wars.
No, The Mist wasn't Spielberg. The Mist was I can't remember. It wasn't Spielberg though.
Somebody look it up.
I love your wife. What a great line. Just so full of emotion and heart. I like to think that the wife didn't even have a name. She was just wife.
Mm-hmm.
Frank Darabont, Shawshank Redemption. Yeah, of course, Frank Darabont. He made The Walking Dead and then got kicked out of The Walking Dead and then sued them and got tons of money.
I want to be that guy. That's
Yeah.
sick.
And like he got all the actors to sign on for like nothing because they were all like doing him a favor because they liked him.
That is sick. That's really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I love suing. Sue, sue, sue. Sue is a T-Rex. Fun fact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Field's got a new flex, guys. I went to jail and didn't get a charge. Ah, nice. So the charges were dropped? That's not special. I want to see you go to prison but not get sentenced.
For murder.
Yeah.
And you definitely did it. Like OJ.
Super Nintendo Joe, Legion. Thank you. That's the movie I was thinking of. Legion is the movie where the rapture is happening, and the archangel Gabriel comes down to protect a group of survivors in a diner from hordes of demons. And what does he bring to do battle? Machine guns. It's a fun movie. Warzog, live the faculty. Yeah, Phil. Jay can only go to prison after sentencing. I know, that's the joke. Warzog, Cube was a great series of movies. There was more than one Cube? No way.
Cube 2.
Cube 2.
Cube 2.
I want to say that they're
Trilogy.
working on a new Cube movie because I could actually see that being good. There is a Cube 2. It's called Cube 2 Hypercube.
Oh my god.
I mean, they probably still had the set. 8 strangers awaken with no memory in a puzzling cube-shaped room where the laws of physics do not always apply.
Cube 2.
I mean, it is a
Man.
cube-shaped room. A
It is.
cube, you could say.
Mm-hmm.
Cube 2
Jeez Louise.
Hypercube. And is the third one cube squared?
It really should be. Did you know that there's going to be more than one Avatar movie?
Yeah, there's going to be like 9.
Why? Is one supposed to come out this year?
Cube
So
3
next
was
year.
called Cube 0.
That's dumb.
It is dumb. More
Sean.
than-
Cube 3, the rubrics.
Yeah.
Rubik's Cube. Rubik's Cube.
More to say, Angelica. THX1138 is a good George Lucas film. You know, I didn't dislike it, but I just don't know if I got it. THX1138. It also did not help that I saw the George Lucas altered version where he like added stuff, and he also changed the rat people from little people into CGI rat people. So sometimes you get like CGI monsters, and sometimes you just have a person in a costume. It's so weird. I need to rewatch it. I haven't seen it in forever.
Are you ready? Avatar, The Way of Water premieres on December 16th this year.
Damn.
The Way of Water.
The Way of Water.
What a lame name.
The first one's just called Avatar. So yeah, Avatar 2,
Yeah.
The Way of Water. Avatar 3, The Search for Spock. Avatar 4.
The Love of Land. I love it.
Oh, Sunnyboy76. Avatar 10, please help us. They locked us in a room. Oh, yeah, Super Nintendo Joe. It was Michael. Gabriel was the bad angel. Right. Oh, Legion. Troy. Sean, gonna have to rewatch THX. It's been decades. Mortis Angelica. Avatar 5, The Search for More Money.
More money. Yeah, and that's what this is, for sure.
I mean, he's been working on it for a decade.
It's not gonna be that great. The first one's fine.
Yeah, the first one's fine.
It's not like
pretty.
it's the best movie ever made. Cool.
Yeah.
Looks good. Is this one gonna be in like 3D like the other one?
Ooh, I hope so, because literally theaters don't even have that stuff anymore. Ooh, Linus Tech Tips, they did a really cool video where they looked at the last 3D TV ever made before the fad completely died. But it had a really cool thing where the glasses it came with were set to different frequencies. So two people could be watching two different things on the same monitor.
Wow.
And that was so
I see.
cool. Like they were both playing video games full screen on the same screen.
Wow. That is really cool. Yeah. It makes sense it all fell apart though.
Yeah.
So stupid. Interesting.
See,
Okay,
Brett.
the budget for The Way of the Water, whatever the fuck it is $250 million. Seems low, doesn't it?
That seems low. I mean, you gotta double it for marketing. But yeah, that seems low.
It was. Oh, I guess the other one was about the same. It's annoying.
Even though they had to invent all that technology.
But at the box office they only made $2.8 billion.
God, what a bunch of losers.
Jeez. I love how everyone's gonna look 10 years older.
That's true.
Way more than 10 years.
Well, maybe it's set 10 years in the future.
Could be.
I hope that the human characters all look way older, but the animation characters are exactly the same.
That's what it's gonna be.
Also, didn't a bunch of them die?
I don't know. I don't even know. I've seen that movie a bunch of times. I don't even know what happens.
I never understood. So the bad guy kills Sigourney Weaver. Is murder not a crime if you're not on Earth?
Yes. What is space cops gonna come and get you?
I mean, I guess he's just never planning on returning to Earth, or I don't understand how this works.
It's not real. It's bad.
See, Brett Gann, have you ever watched the TV show Futurama? It's a love letter to 80s action and sci-fi. Yep, I think I've seen all of it. Not since high school, but
I've seen all of it too. You need to give it another watch.
I don't
Especially 'cause
like
there's
the
gonna be-
episode with the sad dog. It's too sad. I don't like sad dog.
I think they should kill a dog at the end of every episode. Yeah. I cannot wait to see the new seasons, whatever that's going to be. It's very interesting. Every time they brought it back, it's gotten better. So maybe they'll happen again, even better. I think maybe it's not a bad thing for a show to go away for a while and then come back.
Yeah.
And go away for a while and then come back.
Over in the UK, they're like, yeah, we made 6 episodes. We'll be done. Who cares?
Yeah.
It came out at random times.
Yep.
Hello, 'cause Pride Month, how are you celebrating? By working on videos.
Twerking.
Yeah.
Twerking on videos.
Andrew Caldwell, gotta go soon. What time do y'all usually stream? I want to tune in more to these. Really liking the stream. We stream Monday through Saturday from 9 to 10 p.m. Central.
Exactly. But
And
we
on
go
Saturdays we go
longer.
long.
And we also have that Patreon-only Friday stream after the normal stream where you can actually call in and chat with us. Everybody all in a room chatting. Bunch of nerds nerding around. We had a censored arm on a cat yesterday. That's the context for what happened. It was a odd, crazy adventure. An arm on a cat. Censored.
Yeah. It was pretty shocking.
It was pretty shocking. I mean, an elbow, a whole human elbow, and a cat butt. Cat butt.
Super Nintendo Joe. Avatar 9. How did we get stuck in Cube?
Cube.
Oh, Sunny Boy 76. Only Elon Musk makes up the rules for space.
Super Nintendo. The Sad Dog episode is based on a true story from Japan.
I don't care. It's too sad. See, Brett Gain. Not Futurama. It's called Future Man. I've never heard of it.
I like Futurama.
I like Futurama too.
I'll just go back to that. Sad Dog.
Steve, good old, some old movies not mentioned. Army of Darkness, love Army of Darkness, and Big Trouble in Little China. I haven't seen it, but I know I would love it. I know all about it. It's another Kurt Russell classic. Gamfield, what's your bird policy here? It's bring your own bird. We don't provide the birds.
Yep, BYOB. Hello. Do you guys ever plan on going to Los Angeles for a con?
Not Los Angeles.
A big con. Like a long con? You know, where we con people out of money. I can do that.
Well, we would go to Florida for that.
We would. That's way more fun. Little Miami. Yeah, we'll go to things if they're convenient.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gajardo, the Lonely Dog episode destroys me every time.
Andrew Caldwell. Haha, I just noticed the stream schedule is staring at me in the face the whole time. You know, I forgot about that too. Daniel Bear, a Cube movie starring Fidel Castro called Cuba. Amazing. The worlds that we travel during these 3-hour streams. Oh, Sunny Boy 76. When I saw the dog episode, I was eating ice cream and painting. So I guess maybe you were fine then? You were surrounded by the joys of life? Joshua Horsley. Nick, do you have a Malifaux team? I do. I have Bayou. Some Bayou. It's fun. They're mostly put together. Mostly. I like them. I can play any games that have goblins or orcs in them. So if it doesn't contain that, I can't play. so I can't play the Horus Heresy. Which is really disappointing. I was really looking forward to it.
Where is my white paint? Oh, where's my white paint? Wasn't where I thought it was.
Oh no. Jay in the case of the missing white paint.
I'm gonna use this color instead, parchment. I accidentally bought this, but it's not a bad color. It's off-white with green in it. Hello, just found you 2 months ago. Yeah.
I found myself yesterday, actually. I once was lost, but now I am found.
Pain in the Pug. Hey Jay, I know you're planning to re-enter Golden Demon next year. With your busy schedule, how do you schedule time to paint for Golden Demon?
Why are you calling them out? I figure, well, I guess it depends. Because I would say some YouTube projects could eventually become Golden Demon entries as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of different things. CJW Productions, Pro Gamer Tip. You can paint any mini green and call it an orc. James Workshop will never know. Exactly. Especially when it's an official Games Workshop or James Workshop model. Sean, Nick, when did the orcs show up? Like in my life? I always loved the little goblin. I feel like I'm a little goblin inside and outside. Just feels about right.
Joshua Horsley, do you have ideas for your Golden Demon entries? Yeah, I got a bunch. One I want to do for Duel is I want to have an orc shoot-a-boy firing rounds at a Tau who's cowering behind the head of a drone, and the orc's bullets are ricocheting off the drone head. And the name of the piece is going to be Please Help the Greater Good.
Mm-hmm. It's a fun one.
Field, I'm doing some questioning amongst the community. What kind of content do you think is missing from our hobby? Hardcore pornography.
That's just true.
Yeah, it's missing.
I hope that you're making a video about that, because please cut that part. Of the
Yeah, feel free to use that.
I think Warhammer-based dance videos there's a severe lack of that. Pretty disappointing.
I'd like to see some YouTubers tackle some of the bigger kits, like some of the big Forge World models.
Yeah. Right. Not the Manta though. That's too big.
No, the Manta. Yeah, the Manta's no good. You really the Warlord's out too. You can't. It's too much.
Right.
Yeah, and maybe a nice Reaver. A couple of Warhounds. Ding-a-bear, you boys fans of the Predator movies? The new one coming out called Prey looks great, especially knowing you can watch it in the Comanche language. Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, because it's a period piece. The new one looks cool. I love the first movie. Not a big fan of the second one. I like Predators a lot, although that might have a lot to do with Heartthrob Adrian Brody. Don't really like Alien vs. Predator. Don't really like Alien vs. Predator Requiem. The new one looks kind of cool, though. Steve Brent Grains, Warhammer rap battles.
Hell yeah.
Hello, what's the best way to get into the hobby for someone who has never painted miniatures? I'm apprehensive. You got to get a model, and you got to get a little bit of paint, and then you got to try.
And you have to have a brush.
And you have to have a brush. That helps.
And some water.
Mhm.
Like a paint cup. Yeah, so there's kind of a lot of stuff. Water ain't free. And you have to have the love of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing you have to have. Game of Field at Elo, just do it. Nike, don't run a mile, run a marathon. Don't just have
Yeah.
one family, have a second family on the other side of the country. Agreed. It ain't too scary. And just know it might be bad, and that's good.
Yeah.
It's fine because it's better than other people's models that don't paint.
Yeah. And you can always paint over it.
It's true. It's things that we've done a lot of times where we repainted stuff at one skill level, and then as we got better, we repainted it, we added to it, changed some stuff up.
A lot.
A
I
lot.
feel like at this point, most of my models have been through a couple iterations.
Mm-hmm. Sunny Boy 76. Then have a third family with a guy and not visit the first two. I agree. That's just better. Game of Field. First, just try it. If you don't like the actual act of doing it, then you know it might not be flimming your flams.
Not jimming your
Yeah.
jams, you say.
Yeah. And that's also okay.
George Gajardo, once you have 3 families and have estranged 2 of them, run for Congress on a strict family values platform. That's, yeah.
Now that's
Pro tip
now
right
that's
there.
Now that's a thing that happened very recently. I love it. Family values.
I mean, it sounds like, that was coming from an expert on families, so.
Right, you make a lot of families. They three whole families. That's somebody who has some family values.
Yeah.
Spreading the love. Family love. George Gajardo. Nick caught me. Oh, I know what's going on in the world.
Andrew Caldwell, you could get one of those Games Workshop boxes that comes with a couple models, paints, and a brush. Might not be a bad idea. JW Productions, 2 for 1. That's a great family value.
Yeah. True value.
Ooh, maybe this Indian yellow ink will be good for gold, non-metallic metal gold, or metallic metal gold. We'll see.
You never know.
So it looks like her shirt is supposed to be trimmed with gold. It might be yellow. I think I'm gonna make it gold though, because I'm also gonna put the spikes on her horns as gold. I varnish the mini tomorrow too, just to protect the layers of paint I've already applied.
Oh. Always use protection.
When I was at Sam's Club, I bought churro cookies. They're pretty legit.
Yeah. That sounds pretty legit. Good old churros.
Sean,
Let's
golden
everybody's-
hooves, if the horns are gold. Well, the horns are going to be gold, but there's metal bands around the horns that I'm going to make gold.
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 Hooves and sandals is a good look.
Mm-hmm.
It works perfectly. I don't really like sandals.
I like Crocs.
Yeah, yeah.
Crocs are my jam.
Yeah. Jeez, why would you announce to everybody that you're a giant creep?
Chat, Crocs,
Yeah.
hot or not?
I mean, they're definitely hot. Especially if you go to the Crocs store. I mean, jeez. You're a real Chad. You know, they're never a looker. The people in a Crocs store, it's not good. That's why most people buy their Crocs online, I think.
I was talking with Felix the Crazy about Crocs, and he was really bummed that they didn't have the winter insulated Crocs last year.
It's true. Shoes?
Well, no, that's not an option. Now we're just talking crazy. Sean, not Elf Master Cool, not.
think some people are not
Holsley,
fun.
Crocs are great. They're just they even make slip-ons.
Perfect.
Sean, ankle socks, of course. Of course. Yeah. Goes without saying.
Ankle socks. Captain 191. If you leave Crocs on the hood of your car in the sun, they get real hot, let me tell ya.
Pro tip.
Somebody had a fun experience. Somebody had a fun summer.
Oh, I saw a great YouTube video of somebody who it was so hot that they thought they could fry an egg on the hood of their car. And so they cracked an egg on the hood, and immediately it slid down and right into the engine.
That's pretty good.
CJW Productions, if they made Crocs look like little crocodiles eating your foot, they might be good. Ooh, I don't know if they still make this product, but there used to be Godzilla slippers where you put it on and then you had giant Godzilla feet. And I'm like, I bet that's pretty cool. I'd get that. Oh, Master Cool. I don't think anybody wears Crocs to be sexy though. Yeah, it's just like a benefit. Like you don't plan on being sexy, you just are.
Right.
It's the power of the Croc.
Right. You know, you walk up to the club in those Crocs, and the ladies just swoon. It's a big thing. Pro tip, everybody. You know, you're scared to ask that special someone on a date. Maybe you wear your comfort sock, your comfort Crocs.
You wear the Crocs, and then you got to put them in off-road mode.
Yep. That's how they know you're serious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like to wear shoes, like normal shoes that people wear. Yep. That's what I like to do. I do like a good slipper. I like slippers.
Well, Crocs are just a slipper made out of plastic.
Right. But I like things that look better. You know? Like I have like those like very Hugh Hefner-y slippers, you know? Which also I think says the same thing, that you know, being sexy. And if I walk out with these, it looks like I am having a problem. A person in slippers just walking around the world is not good. It's not good. Something's happening. Sean, Nick, aqua socks are the slippers of footwear. Good old aqua socks.
Yeah, I feel Crocs are the pinnacle of the modernist movement. Righteous Games. When people see the off-road Crocs, they know they're about to have a good time.
Exactly.
Righteous Games. Crocs are the pinnacle of humanity. Honestly, there are no more innovation. Only Croc.
I agree.
You know, I bought 2 pairs of sandals. I went right through them. Bought a pair of Crocs, and they've been going strong for over 2 years now.
Damn, they do the work.
They do.
You heard it here, folks. Crocs put in the work.
Max Smith loved me my aqua socks until the pea gravel embeds into the sole. Feel that every step after. What are these aqua socks?
They're aqua socks.
Aqua socks. Oh, it's like a thin shoe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this looks nice.
They're sick.
It's got a little sole on the bottom.
Mm-hmm. And they're for aqua. A little beach
Yeah.
action. Which is good, like around here, Lake Michigan.
Oh yeah, I'd
The
always get
fucking-
my feet cut up every year.
It's horrible, like absolutely horrible. Just rocks, straight up rocks.
Yeah, zebra mussels or like razor blades. One time I was at the beach and I stepped on a pike, like a jawbone of a pike with just giant like 1/2-inch teeth that just stuck in my
Damn.
foot.
Yep,
Yeah, these would have been good.
yep. Aqua socks.
I was like,
Also, I mean, you'd be turning heads too.
yeah. B. Lewis, happy Heresy Day, everybody. May the Age of Darkness begin.
Woo!
Steve,
We didn't get the box.
Nah. Steve, flip-flops are still the best. They just show that I'm here, but don't expect me to do anything strenuous.
That's true. It's true. Yeah, you wear shoes and you're like, all right, you're gonna help now. But if you're sandals, you're on vacation. Sean, flip-flops sound the best when running. Also crutches.
Yeah, flip-flops are named the same way Pokemon are.
Yep. Pokemon of the feet. Gammafield. My local minor league team's mascot was Aquasock. It was a frog with socks.
Sock frog.
Amazing.
CJW Productions, Pike Skull for the Fishbone Throne.
How much is a croc?
I think they're expensive. They're probably like $30.
I mean, I think real shoes are more than that. That's for two, you know.
For a pair, yeah.
Okay. So 15 for one.
I suppose. I don't know if you can buy them in singles.
Mm. What if you lose one? You know, what if one washes away?
What if you leave it on the hood of your car?
Yeah, exactly. Too fucking hot to put it back on.
Which games, Dick J, I wanted to ask you on the Friday, but I forgot. If somebody went to send you the money to buy a Primark and paint it, would you make a video of it? I'm not going to, but it's good to know. I already own a Primark. I own Horus, and I'll paint him up. I'll paint him up.
If you want to send the money to me directly, my Venmo is...
Warsock put him in the dishwasher to clean.
Yeah. Perfect. Sean, I have splayed toes. Flip-flops are a nightmare, always coming off. The 70s was hell. No good sandals till the year 2000. Gotta get the Velcro.
Yeah, when I was a child, I just went barefoot all summer.
There you go. Now your feet are too weak to do that.
They
again.
are. Holy cow. Yeah, when I was little, it was like a was like I had like some rubber on the bottom of my feet. Now
Right.
they're all soft from Crocs, from years of wearing Crocs.
Mm-hmm. They're delicate.
Rich's Games forced Nick to paint Gilliman, but replace his face with an orc and paint him blue. And paint 2 nickels and a used napkin to see that.
Perfect. Gilliman. Made it work. It'd make a lot of sense. And speaking of a lot of sense,
Oops.
it's 12 o'clock. Well, folks, it's been real. We've covered a ton of different topics, as we always do during these streams. But we had a bunch of videos out this week, a bunch of Patreon stuff out as well, and we'll have more videos coming, and we'll have another live stream on Monday at 9 p.m. Central. So join us for that.
Alrighty, everybody. Good night.